Coming up on Look Today, Clean Technologies and Sustainable Industries Early College High School hosted a business breakfast this morning in Malta, and we were there. Plus, a successful year is expected for the Glens Falls Civic Center. I've got some details. And Assembly members react to Governor Cuomo's latest proposals. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome, everyone. I'm Jay Hood Jackson, and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Saratoga Springs Mayor Joanne Yepsen to talk about what's going on in our city. And we also talk with Chad Rabinovitz. He's the producing artistic director of the Adirondack Theater Festival to discuss the upcoming Acts of Fashion benefit. Great interview. Plus, your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, we've got these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, Clean Tech Early College High School hosted an innovative breakfast this morning to showcase the student projects. The breakfast contained presentations from the school's top business partners to share how to get involved with this new education venture. Speakers focused on the benefits of connecting students to real workforce experiences. Now, afterward, attendees were invited to view the 11th and 12th grade Winter Student Project exhibition. This is where the students show off their hard work on solutions to real-life problems. Well, we caught up with Joe Dragone. He's the superintendent of Ballston Spa Central Schools, who told us about the goals for the program.
We work very hard getting our message out about the work that occurs in our program. We enroll almost 300 students from 25 school districts from 12 counties throughout the entire region. So it's really important, if we're going to continue to sustain this work, to talk about what's going on, to talk about the success that we're seeing, and continue to build traction or gravity to get more people involved and help us promote the program throughout the region.
It's an amazing program, and in tonight's Lookout, I'm going to talk a little bit more about it. Well, changing from news to weather, will we see any snow tonight? Well, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Back to the news. Well, the Adirondack Civic Center Coalition is hopeful that 2016 will be a great year for the Glens Falls Civic Center. The Coalition is willing to address the challenges in the past at the Civic Center because they're working hard to fix them in 2016. Now, one of these issues is the hockey ticket prices and lack of consistent attendance at the Adirondack Thunder games. Well, Coalition President Dan Burke, along with Civic Center General Manager Jeff Mead, have had a number of meetings to make changes to create more revenue from those games. Now, although profits from the hockey have been a struggle, the Civic Center has a bright future. More promoters have been interested in the space, and Jeff Mead hopes to book 115 events for this coming year. Now, the long-term goal is to eventually hold 125 to 130 events each year. Well, we sat down with Jeff Mead recently here on Look Today, and he told us about the events he expects in the coming year.
And pretty much in 2016, every month we're going to be hosting a comedy show in Heritage Hall, and then we're looking to bring a couple name acts to the arena in 2016 as well.
In other news, Governor Cuomo proposed a record-breaking spending level for state government in yesterday's State of the State address. The $154 billion state budget calls for state aid to education and an increase in funds for Medicaid. Many Assembly members reacted strongly to the new spending plan. Members of the governor's administration gathered today in Glens Falls to outline the 2016 Built to Lead agenda. Now, we spoke with Acting Commissioner of the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, Basil Segos. He tells us his thoughts on Cuomo's State of the State agenda.
We can ensure that the priority projects, many of which came out of the Glens Falls area, get the kind of funding they deserve. These are great projects which would generate significant revenue and jobs in this region.
Well, here's one for you. Guess who's coming to dinner? Well, actually brunch. Rachel Ray is scheduled to return to Lake George High School this April. On April 29th from 7 to 10:30 p.m. That must mean dinner. Rachel will host a benefit cooking show sponsored by the Alumni Association. The event will include a book sale and signing, recipe handouts, and a Q&A with Rachel herself. Tickets are just $25, and the event benefits 2015 graduate applicants and school projects. Now, for those of you who don't know, Rachel graduated from Lake George High School in 1986, and she returns to the alma mater whenever she can. Still to come, we've got an interview with Saratoga Springs Mayor Joanne Yepsen to talk about plans for 2016. Plus, we also speak with Chad Rubinovitz. He's a producing artistic director of the Adirondack Theater Festival, and he's going to discuss the upcoming fundraiser, which is called Acts of Fashion. You want to see this one. First, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, or join us for an interview, give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000.